Hey family, it's Getty here, and I wanted to make this video just revealing something, exposing a little bit of something that I noticed in this retail training program. I received this little handbook or retail training program at my job today, and we were going through this program, and I noticed something inside the program, which I'm about to show you here. Look at this highlight number 9 under impulse buying. And I wanted to make this exposing the cautions of impulse buying. Because look at what they had the nerve to put in here. And it's wild to me, but at the same time, I'm not surprised because we live in this capitalistic country. But I just wanted to expose some of the schemes and tactics of these corporations and businesses when they're writing stuff like this under impulse buying. It says impulse buying refers to the unplanned spontaneous purchases made by customers, often driven by immediate desires or emotions. Let me say that again. They're defining impulse buying as an unplanned, spontaneous purchase made by customers, often driven by immediate desires or emotions. But look at what they say. Look at what they go on to say here. It's crazy to me. This is important to them. This is important to this business that I work for because it's recognizing the dynamics of impulse buying, which allows retailers to strategically position certain items and capitalize on the emotional triggers that prompt impromptu purchases. Isn't that funny? They're recognizing the dynamics of impulse buying, which allows retailers to strategically position certain items and capitalize on the emotional triggers that prompt impromptu purchases. So they're basically preying on you as a customer. You know what I mean? They're preying on you and capitalizing on your emotional triggers, which prompt impulsive buying. So they position certain items in the store that might get you to impulsively buy it. Isn't that crazy? But this is what I want to expose. I want to expose that it's not just this business that I work for that does this. There's so many other corporations and businesses that do the same thing, that prey on us consumers. You know what I mean? They set up, they have certain strategies, they have certain formulas. They're preying on people just to get money. They're capitalizing on people. They're capitalizing on the vulnerabilities and the impulsivity of people, everyday people that have souls. They're really like predators. They're preying on the souls of people who might impulsively buy their products. And what I want to say about that is that it also happens in the spiritual realm. It also happens in the spiritual world, where this applies in a similar way to the spiritual world, where there's demons, there's spirits, there's wicked spirits and principalities. The Bible says that prey on people. They prey on people just to set them up because they know the weaknesses and vulnerabilities of humans. So these dark and wicked spirits will prey on people. They'll prey on people, and they'll observe you, and they'll watch you, and they'll see what your weak points are, what your weaknesses are, and they'll just um prance on it. They'll pounce on it. Excuse me. They'll just pounce on it. They'll wait for the right opportunity. But these are like this is like some advanced techniques that businesses use to get people to buy stuff. It's such a consumerism mindset where it's like, oh, like let's set them up. Let's set people. Let's like put this here, make this look nice over here. Let's display something that's gonna catch their eye. Let's entice them. Let's make something attractive for our prey to walk right into, our customers. And even just looking at the history of that word, customers, it comes from the root word of custom, where people would come into a business, and it was like a custom. It was a custom to frequently go in and buy something from a place. That's just a little paraphrase of what that word customer comes from. But there's customs behind these things. There's rituals behind these things where people will do things in a ritualistic way. They'll go into a store, they'll go into a business, and they'll buy the same kind of product frequently or over and over again, and you become a customer. You become subscribed to a certain business, to a certain place, a certain corporation. Where do you think all that money that you're giving is going? You're feeding into the system. You're feeding into the beast of that corporation or that business, whatever. And not every business is bad, but to just to see the mindset behind some of these businesses, where they would use that, they would use your weakness of impulsivity, um, to get more money, is crazy to me. That's why I titled this video, "Beware of Impulsivity." Beware of responding in impulsivity. Because when we're impulsive, we don't make the wisest decisions. So we end up doing something or buying something that we might think twice about later, or we even may regret. Dare I say regret? We might make a purchase that we regret. We might do something that we regret. We That happens a lot. But real quick, I don't want to make this video too long. But real quick, let me just again stress the importance of how this right here, this little key information that I just exposed to y'all with the impulse. This is real stuff written in this handbook, written in this training program. They want to set things up in a way that's gonna capitalize on impulse buying. Like, that's crazy to me. Like, how are you gonna put this in an employee handbook? How are you gonna write this down to have us capitalize on someone's impulsivity? But this is the world we live in, and that's what I want to stress real quick. The wickedness behind things like this. This is happening in the real world, but think about it in terms of the spiritual world. Once again, think about it in terms of the spiritual world. How demons and spirits, even Satan himself, just preying on people, just capitalizing on people. It's like, oh, come do this, it's gonna feel good. Buy this, it's gonna be pleasurable. Sin over here. Come commit this sin real quick. It's gonna feel good. It's gonna be nice. Like these demons, these spirits, these evil principalities are always trying to get us to commit a sin against God. They're trying to set us up for failure. They're trying to snare us. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is happening in the spiritual world too. If it's happening in the physical world, just imagine, like, no doubt that it's happening in the spiritual world. So we need to be aware of how this applies to the spiritual world. Like, what are these demons and spirits doing behind the scenes? How are they preying on us? Because if corporations and businesses are preying on our impulses, think about what the enemy is doing. Think about what the spiritual enemies are doing. So that's just some food for thought. We have to realize that there's an enemy against our souls, and not just one enemy, multiple, plural enemies against our soul that would love to set us up. They would love for us to act in impulsivity. They would love for us to sin in impulse. They would love to prey on our weaknesses and vulnerabilities. They would love it. They would love to drag us further away from God. So we gotta beware. We gotta watch ourselves. We gotta analyze ourselves. We gotta move in wisdom. We gotta move in cautious, not a fear and anxiety, being looking over, constantly looking over our shoulder. Not in that kind of cautious behavior, but we need to walk in caution. We need to be cautious of what kind of actions we're making, what kind of decisions we're making, what kind of thoughts we're having, what kind of purchases we're making, what kind of businesses we're going into, what kind of corporations we're giving our money to. We need to think about these things. This is serious stuff. So I had to make this video exposing this, because I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw that this was really in this handbook. All right, y'all, that's it for now. God bless you. Walk in wisdom. Peace.